Hey fam, welcome back. In this video, we are going to be going over my low buy 2020, my very first month, January. There were so many products that I wanted, but we all know from my 2020 goals video that I can only buy 3 products per month. So I had a big old wish list this month. So many things I probably would have purchased if I was not on my low buy. So thank you, low buy. I also was able to pick 3 products per month. So I did pick my products. So what we're gonna do in today's video, we are gonna go over everything on my wish list, everything that tempted me this month, everything. And then we are gonna go over the 3 products that stole my heart. So anyway, if that sounds fun to you guys, go ahead and stay tuned because we're gonna get into it right now. So the first product that tempted me was the Revlon Candid Glow Foundation. I have the Revlon Candid Normal foundation and I really like it. I'm such a junkie for foundation and concealer and probably powder too. I don't know why I have such a soft spot for base products that I was really tempted, and I really like that foundation currently. And of course, if it's more hydrating formula, definitely got me in my feels. The next one is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I do have the original e.l.f. concealer. It's not one I reach for that often. From my experience in the past, I feel like if I remember correctly, it was kind of sticky. I didn't really care for the consistency of the formula. When I heard there was a hydrating formula coming out, I was really tempted because I always wanted to like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. However, I have not been hearing the best reviews on that product, so... Next is the Bobbi Brown Face Base. Now this is not a new product, but it is a cult classic popular product. It's expensive, but since I'm only buying 3 products a month, some of those things I had kind of put aside before where I'm I don't know if I want to spend that much money. Now if I'm only buying 3 things, it's well, you can kind of splurge more since the volume has decreased substantially. Another one is from Menagerie Cosmetics. They have 2 eyeshadow palettes that I really thought were beautiful. I did recently get the, is it Purple Ink? Something like that, the octopus palette. I have not tried it yet, but I do have that as my first Menagerie Cosmetics palette. I was very tempted by both the Feral palette and the Whale Song palette. They both look so beautiful. Next was the Lunar Beauty Book of Spells palette. That is a limited edition palette that came out from Manny MUA's brand, Lunar Beauty, around October-ish. It was for Halloween and it was his holiday palette. I love the packaging so much. And I kind of have talked myself out of it so many times because I'm I think my misunderstood palette from ColourPop is along the same lines, but I do want to try Lunar Beauty. And that palette is so beautiful. The packaging is so beautiful and it is ultimately limited edition. So I'm if I don't get it soon, I'll never be able to get it, which is sad. Next was the Hourglass Concealer. Again, along those same lines, face products, base products, really tend to tempt me. I'm always curious. I don't know, I feel insatiable. I'm always on a quest for my perfect foundation and concealer and powder. I don't know. And there's so many that work beautifully and affordable, high end. There's beautiful formulas at every price point. I don't know why I'm so insatiable with my quest for base products. Also along the same Lunar Beauty lines, I keep seeing people talking about the Lunar Beauty highlighter. I don't know, I've seen it mentioned in 3 or 4 videos this month, even though it's not a new product. And everyone's this highlighter is everything. And I'm so pretty, maybe I need it, even though I don't need it. Ugh. Next, another one that has been on my wish list for a while is the Alma palette from Amy Hart's Makeup in collaboration with Amy Loves Beauty. Amy is someone I follow. Amy Loves Makeup is someone that I follow on YouTube. I think she's such a sweetheart. She's also a Pennsylvania resident, I believe. And so I like her personality a lot. I think she's really sweet. She's real chill. And I love her opinions on makeup. She does run Indie Beauty Spotlight on Instagram. She does a Will I Buy It series with a focus on indie makeup, which I always find interesting because we hear so much about mainstream makeup. It's nice to get someone that's a little bit more familiar with indie makeup to kind of introduce us to some brands we may have never known about or seen. So I really want to support her collab. Another one that is new this month is the Glamlite Birthday Cake palette. I have wanted to try more Glamlite ever since I tried the Miracle palette that was in my Try Beauty box, the one that was curated by Angelica Nyqvist, I think is how you say her name. I call her Angie, but she's great. I love her channel so much. She curated the Try Beauty box for December 2019, I believe was my last try. And it was my favorite try box I've received so far. by far. I really wanted to get more into Glamlite. I've really enjoyed seeing some of their products. I've heard really good things from my friend Amanda. It's Amanda here on YouTube about the veggie palettes and different pizza palettes and stuff. She's really into it. So I've definitely wanted to try more Glamlite, and the birthday cake palette looks so cute. It's really colorful and fun. There's like some neat like lime greens in there that I don't think I currently have in my collection. Not that I wear lime green all that often, but you never know. you never know what's going to be on this channel. Another one that's also not new, it came out last year, was the Dose of Colors foundation and concealer. I believe they both launched last year. And I've heard so many good things. And again, I'm a concealer and foundation. I'm such a huge fan of those products. I love trying new foundations and concealers. It's just bizarre, but I love it. I love it. And then NYX has a tinted brow gel that I heard some good things about. I love like trying new brow products too, which I don't know why I'm into the ones that aren't that exciting. Like I'm not like, oh my gosh, I've got to try every single new eyeshadow palette, but I'm like, every new foundation, yes. And I don't, but I do, but I don't. I really wanted to try the NYX tinted brow gel. There was a couple brow gels actually that got my attention this month. The NYX was one of them. e.l.f. has a tinted brow gel I want to try. CoverGirl has a tinted brow gel I want to try. And I believe Maybelline just dropped a brand new tinted brow gel I want to try. So all four of those were on my list this month. So I'm like, how do I decide? How do I decide? It's so hard. And another NYX product that I kind of have on my radar that I was like, I haven't really tried any NYX foundations, and this one I've heard so many good things about. It was the Born to Glow foundation. Have you guys heard as many good things about that as I have? Has anybody tried it yet? I don't know. I've heard so many good things about the NYX Give Me Glow foundation. Another one, if you just saw my Maybelline review video, you may have seen that I really like the Urban Dream Cover foundation from Maybelline. They now have a glow formula. Now I find the regular formula very hydrating, and I find that it gives me a nice glow, at least for my skin. So this would be an even glowier one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like even glowier. I definitely want to try it. Like it just definitely piqued my interest. I've really liked that foundation, and I've liked Maybelline foundations, that I've tried so far. I definitely want to try it. Like it was so tempting. The drugstore's just been popping off. Milani has a brand new foundation that also made it on my list this month. It is a blue light filtering foundation that's supposed to be better for your skin, and we're all on our cell phones or computers and stuff. And apparently that blue light somehow damages our skin. And this foundation is supposed to create like a barrier between our skin and that blue light, which is really interesting and innovative. The sciencey part of me is kind of like, I'm definitely interested. I know Juicy Jazz recently reviewed that and she really liked it, if I remember correctly. So I'm really intrigued to try that Milani foundation. It looks really pretty. Also, another one that's not new, but that I've heard so much about and I've wanted to try for a while, it's been on my wish list, is the Collab setting powder. I've just like heard such good things about it, and like people that swear by it. And I'm like, what is it to this Collab stuff? Like I haven't tried a lot from Collab. And another setting powder that I know I need eventually. If not this month, some month. But it's the Nakia Joy setting powder. I want that so badly. She's got cute little sponges too. And like I've heard, just seeing her review on it like months ago when she came out with it. She just like looked so beautiful when she was applying it and everything. And I've heard so many good things from other people on YouTube, other creators that have really loved it. So I'm really, really excited to try it again. Falling in that wheelhouse of base products I have to try. I'm like, wow. Another one that tempted me this month is the Naked Honey palette from Urban Decay. Now I know this has been out for a bit. I was on a no buy when it came out. I didn't pick it up, but I really, really wanted it. It got so much flack at first, and people are like, this is boring. And I'm like, I think it's really pretty. Like, what are you guys talking about? And then people started to get it. They're like, this thing is like beautiful. It's like possibly the best naked palette that Urban Decay's come out with. And I'm like, I know, like it was so pretty. I did dupe it with my collection, but I've always kind of wanted it. I don't have any naked palettes in my collection. Another palette that just came out that I really, really wanted to try was the one from Smoky Glow and Midas Cosmetics. I am so happy for Smoky Glow. Hannah is really sweet. She's smart. She creates content that's thoughtful and researched and intelligent. I just really like her. So I wanted to support her collab. And another one that's an oldie, but that I've had on my list for a while, is the Norvina palette from ABH. Not the new ones, not the big ones, the little mini purple guy from yesteryear. I swatched those shimmers in Ulta one day and they were so beautiful. And I'm like, I think I might need this palette. It wasn't even on my radar before. Another one that recently just came out is the Bite Beauty Changemaker foundation. So this was another one that tempted me because it's another foundation. I watched Samantha Ravindell's sort of like introduction to this new foundation and her thoughts on it after testing it for a while, and she just literally was so sprung on this foundation that it really, really tempted me. Bite has usually come out with only lip products. They are a vegan brand. They have great ingredients. They're food grade. So I'm like, a foundation by Bite? Like, Very intrigued. Then Pat McGrath launched another little mini lipstick set, little trio. I did have her other one that was like a bunch of the nude colors, and they're beautiful. They're a great formula. A little bit dry, but they have great lasting power, and the colors are beautiful. So I was very, very tempted to get this new little trio that she released in really cute, like colorful packaging. So what did I actually buy? Well, the first was the Bite Beauty Changemaker Foundation. I couldn't resist. Sam sold this so freaking hard. Girl, you got me with this one. Got mine in the shade L30. It is a pretty small bottle, not too bad, but I do have a bajillion foundations. This is 30 milliliters, 1 fluid ounce. I've heard so many good things about this. I believe that Samantha March also really likes this foundation. I know that Mel Thompson recently didn't care for this, I think. So there's some mixed reviews out there. I'll have to see how I feel about it, but Sam has dry skin just like me. And so I'm hoping that I'll love this as much as she did. My second product was the Hourglass Concealer. So I got mine in the shade Creme, which is what I believe I have their stick foundation in. I am such a sucker for Hourglass. I don't know why, even though I constantly, like, I barely reach for my Hourglass products because they're so expensive that I constantly reach for like my drugstore products all the time just because I'm like, I won't be so sad if I use this up. I had to get it. This was another product that Samantha Ravndal was raving about, basically in conjunction with this foundation. This was definitely on my list. I did want a color that was a little bit up from this one. I think it was like 2 up. It was like light neutral instead of fair light neutral. But that one was sold out. I believe my concealer I currently have from them is in Creme, and I do like it, so I'm like, this will be fine. And my last product wasn't even on my list. It wasn't even on my list. Like, what is going on? So this was totally a spontaneous purchase, and this was my first purchase for January. I got a little email from Miss Pat McGrath. This palette was 50% off. So this $65 palette from her was $32.50, and then with tax, it was $34.45. For Pat McGrath, I was like, yes. So in here, we have some beautiful cool tone neutral shades. I have some colorful shadows from her, so I thought this would be great. I don't have any matte, so I'm like, okay, this one at least has one matte right over here. The fact that it was on sale, I had to jump on it. I'm like, I am trying to get a little bit more from her brand, but because it's so expensive, it's like, I gotta be kind of careful. So the fact that this one was so wearable and was on sale for half off, this was my third purchase for January, and I have no regrets. I was so excited that I only spent $112 this month and 36 cents on these products. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd love to know what products you picked this month. Off of the list, which would you have picked? Do you have a totally different list, or do you have a lot of things on your wish list that I had on mine? I'd love to know. Hey, thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. And until the next video, bye.